Singable Stories Around the World was a program that actually started when we were doing a lot of work in the library systems. And there was a year when the summer reading club theme was something of an international flavor. And our local librarians said, wow, if you could write something that had to do with that theme, not only would I hire you, but every librarian that's using this theme would. So we started reading all these great folk tales and fables and myths from different cultures, and as we say in the show, picked some of our favorites and started turning them into the stories into a song form, and had such a great time doing it. And then, with a lot of stories, there's all these characters, and there's only two of us, so who's going to play these other parts? And we said, the kids. So it was a great way to get children involved, give them a chance to try their hand at acting, and it just sort of blossomed from there. One of our goals, because we started as children, Scott's been playing the guitar since he was 8. His parents were in community theater. I started, I had the acting bug from a very young age and was in plays all through school. We want to give that opportunity to kids, and they love it. And I think the teachers love seeing that level of participation. That it's not just, we get the kids to sing along and they get to do some clapping and some rhythms, but we actually have them come up and play parts in the stories. I think that builds a deeper understanding of the stories, a better appreciation, and it lets kids who, again, are inclined to do that kind of self-expression really shine.
The songs that we chose, the stories that we wrote, have led to a point where what we're known for is this ability to bring kids up from the audience and to integrate them with our shows. And with older kids especially, bringing kids up on stage is extremely important for buy-in. When older kids come up on stage, and we do it right from after the introductory song, we bring them up, we do a funny song with the older kids, and they're not laughing at their peers, they're laughing with their peers. And that brings it to the point where I always say, well, we're no longer than just the stars of the show. The whole audience as a community is now starring in the show.
The beauty of folk tales is that they're timeless, and I think to some degree they're ageless. Most of us enjoy a good story. Often when we do a family performance of this show, the parents or the teachers will say, I liked it as much as the kids did. And I think that's the beauty of stories. Now, that being said, I think what we've done is that if we're working with children who are younger, there are certain stories that are ideal for them and really target, something like we do a version of the Rainbow Fish. So for little ones to be talking about sharing and the importance of that makes sense, and so that works.
Another example of that would be the story that we do based on the Rough-Faced Girl, which is a Native American tale, which is about appearances, and for a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade audience that's very concerned about how they look and will people like them based upon their outside appearance. This story teaches them that what's on the inside is most important.
It also ties into 4th grade curriculum when most children, especially in New York State, I know, are studying Native America. So, again, we try to choose the stories that tie back into the lessons that are age appropriate. And then also the levels of participation sometimes change based on age level as well.
Teachers and principals are really putting a focus on reading and on comprehension, and it's an important part of the English language arts curriculum. And so we're often brought in to support reading in the school system, whether it's a part of a PARP program, which stands for Parents as Reading Partners, or Reading Across America, or a lot of times a librarian will have a grant and they'll bring us in to do the show. So we're actually supporting that curriculum, that part of the curriculum, while we're doing an entertaining program.
I think really Singable Stories supports curriculum in a lot of critical ways. Certainly in the reading. We perform in front of a 9 by 12 foot map of the world and have kids come up and pick out the country that the story comes from, so we're reinforcing geography skills. I think it's definitely an appreciation for different cultures. I think it's a great way to do comparative literature studies, so that if the children have read the book or choose to read the book after we visited, they see it in book form as well as presented in a musical way or acted out. And again, I think that the wisdom of folk tales, there's a lot of character education lessons in the stories, so it works on a lot of different levels.